The Golden State Warriors pull off one of the most improbable victories in Toronto, guys, facing elimination in Game 5. And the big storyline, guys, was the return of Kevin Durant in this series, guys. So Durant went down in the Western Conference semifinals against the Houston Rockets with a right calf strain. And so he has been resting up and going through a lot of procedures, really following up with the medical staff, Warriors team staff, and really just conditioning himself, getting himself ready to be able to play. And the Warriors came to a collective, collaborative agreement, guys, that Kevin Durant would be cleared to play in Game 5. And so here comes Kevin Durant, and the Warriors definitely needed the spark plug early in the game, guys. Kevin Durant providing excellent energy, hitting 3 threes. He was 3 of 3 from the arc, had 11 points, guys, in that first quarter, and looked absolutely phenomenal out there. And so, unfortunately, guys, as we go now to the second quarter with about 9:50 remaining in the second quarter, Kevin Durant has the ball, and he looks to potentially make a move on the Raptors defender. And as he starts to move, his leg starts to kind of give out on him, and he ends up going down and winds up needing some help to, go into the locker room and everything. And so here you are, guys. The worst nightmare potentially is becoming a reality in the middle of Game 5 in the second quarter. And unfortunately, Raptors fans caught in a lot of emotion, guys, as you have to understand this is a franchise that has never in their entire NBA lives ever won an NBA title, and they have been around as long as I've been alive, since 1995. And so Raptor fans, guys, were getting loud a little bit when the Durant injury happened. And what you saw is a lot of Warriors players and even Raptors players trying to tell the fans essentially to, keep the noise level down, because obviously very disrespectful. As an opponent, as a competitor, you never like to cheer for someone getting hurt, and regardless if that benefits your team or not, you always have to think about the human aspect side of things in sports. And so, that was what happened, and led to some very interesting comments following the game, like DeMarcus Cousins. He had some choice words, calling the Raptors fans trash for what happened. And I definitely think, this isn't a whole bad look on the Raptors fans, because it probably was a small select few that made their noise level, presence felt. And so now, to put the entire blame on an entire fan base would probably be doing a bit too much. But, guys, as we move on from that, today Kevin Durant got his MRI, and, the Warriors are fearing the worst case scenario, that potentially Kevin Durant could have a torn Achilles. And, that is not going to be good at all. And he is now going to be traveling to New York to get a better expert opinion on the injury. And so this definitely means that KD will definitely be ruled out for Game 6 or potential Game 7. And the Warriors, are going to have to dig deep, guys, into their championship blood to be able to find a way on Thursday at the last game at Oracle Arena to stay alive in the NBA Finals. It is going to be a very tough challenge with Kevin Durant down. And also a word on Kevon Looney, guys. Kevon Looney, who was at one point ruled out in the series due to a chest contusion injury. And the doctor said basically that Looney continuing to play would not jeopardize the injury any more than what it already is. So Kevon Looney is definitely resting up, and he says he is going to be available in Game 6. And that was after he took a pretty nasty fall in the middle of Game 5, guys, when he went down to the floor. The loose ball, or trying to get the rebound, kind of landed a little bit awkwardly on his chest a little, and so ended up leaving the game and didn't return. So, the Warriors had to withstand a lot, guys. I mean, there was a lot of emotions going on in this game, and huge credit to the Warriors for keeping their emotions in check, because could have been really easy for them to kind of get lost mentally and lose focus. And what was very encouraging is you saw Stephen Curry and Draymond Green follow Kevin Durant into the locker room. And so, a phenomenal story in this game, because, Kawhi Leonard played absolutely phenomenal for the Raptors. I mean, he was putting a show on, scoring 26 points in the game. And late in the fourth quarter, guys, I mean, he was just going off. He was doing things like Kobe Bryant would do, or Michael Jordan. And what that is basically single-handedly take over the game yourself, so that, you will your team to win. And that was what Kawhi Leonard was essentially trying to do, trying to bring the Toronto Raptors franchise their first ever NBA championship. So, guys, in the fourth quarter, with the Warriors holding on to a 95-91 lead with about 6:28 remaining in the game, the Raptors went on a 12-2 run, and 10 of those 12 points were scored by Kawhi Leonard, and that put the Raptors up 103-97, guys, with 3:28 left in the game. And so at this point, the crowd is getting really loud. They're fired up. You're feeling like this could be the end of the Warriors dynasty, or potentially losing this season and losing the championship. And, that would be very tough to stomach. And but not so fast, guys. Not so fast. So the Warriors go down the court. Fortunately, they do not score, as it's 103-97. Then their Warriors are able to get a big stop on defense. And then when they go down the court, guys, Klay Thompson, who came up absolutely clutch in this one, along with Steph Curry, the Splash Brothers had to come through in this game. Because, guys, if it weren't for the Splash Brothers' contribution, the Warriors most likely aren't coming away with a 1-point victory in Game 5. So, guys, to get into the stat sheet of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, Curry, guys, playing 41 minutes in this game, scoring 31 points, guys. He was 10 of 22 field goal percentage, which is very good for him, and made 5 threes in the game, guys. So 31 points for Curry. He had 7 assists and 8 rebounds. And also, guys, it was Stephen Curry's 40th, I repeat, his 40th 30 points playoff game and 10th such game in the finals. So Curry is absolutely racking up the record books, the stat sheet. We all anticipate that, as long as he's able to stay healthy, stay on the court, and consistently produce year after year, Steph Curry will ultimately go down as one of the greatest three-point shooters, and maybe the greatest shooter in NBA history. And he continues to get better, continues to make improvements to his game. And that's, on the defensive side, offensive side, mental aspect of the game. And, it's just phenomenal, guys. It's phenomenal to see a player like Curry do what he's done. And really in this game, guys, absolutely come through when his team needed him the most. In the down the clutch, guys, with the Warriors down 103-97 with about 3 minutes left in the game. Klay Thompson comes down, hits a big three as he finds a little bit of an opening to knock down that three, guys. Hits the three, and now it's a 3-point game. Warriors get another big stop, and then Steph Curry comes through, guys, and ties the game with the three. And then the Warriors take the lead with a Thompson three. And now they're up by 3, and then what happens is there's 30 seconds left in the game. Toronto trying to go for a 2-for-1. Kyle Lowry comes in, scores a quick basket, and now here come the Warriors. They're up by 1. As they go down the court, something very controversial happens as, I forget who it was from the Raptors, but it was on a moving screen. So DeMarcus Cousins basically clipped the Raptors player on a moving screen for Curry, and the Warriors got charged with an offensive foul on Cousins. And what that led to is the Raptors having a chance now with the ball, 10, 12, 13 seconds left in the game. Now the Raptors can hold the ball for the final shot of the game. And so as a Warriors fan now, you are definitely very anxious, very nervous, shaking in your boots as you're seeing this all fold out. So here come the Raptors down the court, And now you're saying, well, they probably are going to give it to Kawhi Leonard, have him take the shot. And with the Warriors, they did absolutely everything possible that they could do defensively on this last series. They definitely got way up on the Raptors, and they double-teamed Kawhi Leonard, guys. They double-teamed him, and Leonard is one of those players that he's smart enough to know not to try to go through the double team. In that case, to try to make something of nothing, maybe turn the ball over, maybe allow a steal to happen, or, maybe he would hope to get fouled if he tries to go through the double team. But what he does is he passes the ball off, and then when he passes the ball off again, you have the Warriors. They brought in Sean Livingston. They took out Cousins on the final play, brought in Sean Livingston for defensive purposes to try to get a stop on that last play. So once Kawhi Leonard got double teamed, passed the ball over, and then they pass it off into the corner to Kyle Lowry, and Draymond does a good job of closing in on contesting the three-pointer guys. And the shot goes up. It's definitely way off. And the Warriors hold on for dear life. They come away barely breathing, guys, with a 106-105 victory in Game 5 to force a critical Game 6 at Oracle Arena on Thursday. And the big news, we're going to have to see what is going to happen and how will the Warriors respond with the Kevin Durant injury. And, how is this all going to play out? Another factor to consider, guys, we all know about all the talks this season about Kevin Durant's impending free agency and where would he most likely go in free agency. He's been linked to the Knicks, he's been linked to the Clippers, probably linked to the Lakers and LeBron James. And so the big thing to consider now, if Kevin Durant does indeed have a torn Achilles, the Warriors just got done through medical staff. I should say, they just got done through rehabbing one of their own players in DeMarcus Cousins from a torn Achilles. And Cousins was able to make a very nice recovery, was able to return. And you've seen that the Warriors have needed every bit of production that they could get from DeMarcus Cousins, as he has been a huge spark plug, a huge blob of energy, just igniting the Warriors, and led by, the charge of Draymond Green, and we all know the energy and intensity that he brings. So, the Warriors collectively as a team, guys, they came together in Game 5, and they showed the resiliency of a championship, and I really liked what Steph Curry had to say after the game. And what he said was, he said something along the lines of that, this Warriors team does not have nothing to prove at this point. They're not trying to prove something to someone, nor, do they need to prove something, because, they already have. So at this point, it's just a matter of seeing what happens. So really the pressure is taken off of the Warriors. Yeah, there's all this talk about trying to become a 3P, winning 3 titles in a row and stuff, but really it's just about taking it one game at a time, trying to execute one play at a time, one possession, do the very best you can, and then see what happens. And so really you have to like the momentum shift in the series now, moving back to Oracle Arena, because Toronto, you could say, should have jumped on the Warriors' throat in Game 5 when Durant went out, and them being in their home crowd, and then also later in the game, Kevon Looney going out. And so really the Warriors, they're going to need a lot of offensive production coming from other players on the team with Kevin Durant being down. And so, yeah, the Splash Brothers guys, they were phenomenal today. Klay Thompson, he had 26 points scored, guys, in 42 minutes with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And so, guys, the duo of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, these Splash Brothers guys, here's some other interesting statistics that are really fascinating. And so, guys, they combined, the two of them, they combined for 19 of 44 shooting, 43.2% from the field, and 12 of 27 from three-pointers made, guys. A 44.4 percentage clip. And the Warriors in tonight's game, guys, they made more threes than the Raptors by about triple the amount. So Warriors made 23s in the game and shot 47% to the Raptors' 25% three-point shooting, guys, and the Raptors having made 8 threes. So Kawhi Leonard, like I said, guys, he was a huge energy plug for the Raptors. He is their superstar. He has been lighting up the stat sheet. And with those 26 points today, guys, he had 12 rebounds, 6 assists, also added 2 steals and 2 blocks. So again, him getting crunched down the stretch, scoring those 10 of 12 points, putting the Raptors in good position to win their first ever NBA title. But again, the resiliency of the defending champion Golden State Warriors, they show when their backs are absolutely up against the wall. I mean, they had to play such perfect basketball the last 3 minutes and nail down those threes that they hit. That was clutch to hit 3 of them and from the Splash Bros, to account for it as well. And so, guys, that moves the Warriors' record to 6-1 when facing elimination after their finals run started in 2015. Another big note from the game, guys, was the excellent play of Quan Cook from the Warriors off the bench. He gave them such clutch 12 minutes. And, the Warriors bench has been stepping up big time this postseason. That was one of the knocks that a lot of people had to say, saying that the Warriors bench this year was not as deep as it has been in prior championship years. But again, the emergence of Kevon Looney, guys like Alfonso McKinney, Jordan Bell, and, Quinn Cook, all these guys stepping up huge when the Warriors need them the most. Also, Karolinko, who they picked up from Utah. So, again, just excellent play from the Warriors bench, guys. And the Warriors had an excellent assist to turnover ratio in the game, which that's always a big factor to look at because, a team that's turning the ball over a lot, it's going to be tough to win games, and especially when you're on the road. So the Warriors did turn the ball over more than the Raptors. Warriors had 16 turnovers to the Raptors 13, but the Warriors were able to be a more efficient team off scoring points off the turnovers. The Warriors were able to score 20 points off Raptors turnovers, so that definitely very much helped the Warriors in being able to lock down the W, guys. And the high assist total, Warriors had 27 assists made on 38 field goal baskets. So if the Warriors can be able to keep up their game, good ball movement, passing the ball, getting other guys involved, and things are looking up, guys, to a potential, the Warriors could force a Game 7 in the series, and that would just be phenomenal to see. And so, cannot be more excited for Game 6, especially after just how crazy and insane that Game 5 was. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button and comment down below, guys. I would love to hear your opinion and your perspective on all things Golden State Warriors. And also, what do you guys think is going to happen in the NBA Finals? What do you think is going to happen with Kevin Durant? Where will he sign in the offseason? And do you guys think, that him having this potential Achilles injury, could that possibly mean that Kevin Durant would stay with the Warriors and re-sign with them? Because, the medical staff there already just got done through rehabbing DeMarcus Cousins a year from his Achilles tear. And also, the Warriors medical staff, they have the entire health history record of Kevin Durant over the past 3 months. So, guys, I would love to hear from you, your perspective. Where did you guys watch the finals game? How exciting was it for you? What was your reaction to it? I would love to hear. Until next time, guys, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a lot, and I always appreciate and love the feedback that I get from you guys. So love hearing from you. And until next time, I will see you again. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.